Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco Dish Out on Movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. It's just Marco here once again, and I am here today to do the first of two videos because I actually forgot that today we always review Buddy's Cake Dynasty. You know, it's kind of forgettable because every week is kind of the same episode where, his kids are like, which one of us is going to take over? Oh yeah, we got to make a cake. And then they make the cake. Like, it's really not as good as Cake Boss was. And so I kind of forgot about it. And I came up with this idea of a Fuck, Marry, Kill video tournament of 2023 movie characters. Obviously only female movie characters. And yeah, I can't wait to get started. I think that, there were some strong contenders here. I mean, I originally had like 38 people, and I was only able to cut down to like 28. So there's like 28 that are like, almost all of them are near perfect. So round one, you got Sam from Scream 6, Emily Blunt's character from Oppenheimer, and Sophia Lillis' character from Dungeons and Dragons. And excuse me for not knowing their character names, I just don't care. I really don't care. I mean, honestly, if I can't remember their characters' names, then I can't remember them. At least I know the actresses' names for the most part. So, in this case, I am going to go to the order of F, Marry, Kill for all the different ones, instead of like going from top to bottom. So I would hook up with Sophia Lillis' character from Dungeons and Dragons, because she's a spicy redhead, and I just think it'd be fun to get with her and then go bye-bye, because honestly, her character, she didn't really have that strong of a character to where I felt like she would make a good life companion. From what I got, she's very, very cute, and it would be fun to hook up with her. But I would marry Sam from Scream 6, and here's why. Samantha from Scream 6 and Scream 5, the way that she's kind of like teetering on the edge of being evil, but she's not evil, is like really, really hot. I mean, basically, she's like the female version of what I guess you could consider to be like a bad boy. So she's like a bad girl, and she cares about her younger sister. She's really, really sexy. I mean, she's definitely one of the sexiest movie characters I've ever seen. And also, another thing that really sets her apart, because it was very close between her and Sophia Lillis' character, between which one of them that I would want to marry. But Samantha, she had that moment at the end of Scream 6 where she dresses up like Ghostface and like kills the killers, basically, and takes them down. And like that is like one of the hottest like things ever. Like, you think about, in all these Halloween movies, you never saw Laurie putting on Michael's mask. Well, actually, you did. You saw it in this crappy Rob Zombie Halloween 2, but it wasn't very sexy at all. It was because she became crazy or whatever, and, that was stupid as shit. You never saw any final girl from Friday the 13th put on Jason's mask. You never saw anyone from the Leatherface series put on his mask. Any, like, Jordana Brewster's character from Texas Chainsaw the beginning. But you do see Samantha put on the Ghostface mask. And from what I remember, didn't Sidney also put on his mask in the third one? I don't think that she did, but, I can't really remember because I haven't seen the third or fourth in a long time. But just the fact that Samantha put on the Ghostface mask, like, that is really, really hot. And so I would definitely want to marry someone like that because she's badass, she's strong, she's cool, she stands with Palestine. At least the actress does. And so, like, yeah, that's like the ultimate attraction. Like, for years and years, I kind of thought about, like, what actresses do stand with Palestine? Because if they don't, that automatically makes them unattractive to me. And when they had that whole thing with that actress, Melissa, standing up for Palestine, I was like, wow, she is definitely the best actress in Hollywood right now, because she was like one of the first ones who I heard be publicly for those people. So she is a top tier for sure. She's probably going to win. That's kind of a spoiler, but maybe she won't. Maybe I'll change my mind, because I do change my mind a lot. And lastly, I would kill Emily Blunt's character from Oppenheimer, because I've never really been a fan of Emily Blunt. Like, she's not really my type at all. I did think that her character was very badass, and the way that she defended her husband. But I also think about, like, if I had put her in the hookup category, what could I have gained from her badassery? Because I'm not, like, really into her. So what could I have really gained from that situation? I couldn't have gained anything. And so I'm just not really into it. I'd rather just hook up with Sophia Lillis' character, whoever she was. Next up is Molly from Killers of the Flower Moon, who, wow. I'll just say that right there. Wow. Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and Cora from Rebel Moon. Wow. Wow. I mean, this is probably the most near perfect trio that you can get. Like, if I had to pick 3 characters from the year to have a threesome with, it would probably be these 3 right here. But that's not the question that I'm asking. So this was really hard, honestly, because you guys know I went to see Killers of the Flower Moon 3 times just so that I could watch this actress on the IMAX screen. And I just watched Rebel Moon so that I could see this main actress for 2.5 hours. I'm not going to watch it again, though. But I have to go with the fact that, like, I really did not want to watch Rebel Moon, and I wanted to watch Killers of the Flower Moon anyway, so I'm going to have to say this. I'm going to hook up with Molly. She's thick. She's Native American. She's cool. She's also a badass character. But she's also, like, she has a higher probability of dying younger because of her illness. So I have to also take that into account, unfortunately. But really, it was very, very close here, because I genuinely... it was like being between a rock and a hard place of, like it's such a perfect, like, one or the other, and I had to pick the other one. And so Cora, I would marry her, because I don't know, I could not stop staring at her that entire movie, and to me that's like the key to a successful relationship. Like, if you ever get the urge to not stare at your partner, then that's probably a sign that you should kick them to the curb. And then Nebula, surprisingly, I would kill her. And it's just because the other 2 are just too perfect. On one hand, you got a thick, curvy Native American, and on the other hand, you got like a sci-fi fantasy, sex symbol, action star, Algerian woman, and it's such a perfect duo there. So next up, You got Greg's mom from Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the Wasp from Ant-Man 3, and Jenna Overrated Ortega's character from Finest Kind. Now, I'm gonna have sex with Wasp because she's got her superhero suit, so that's kind of hot. You know, you think about her in that superhero suit, and you know, you get to kind of role play, and you could say like, "Hey, Wasp, I'm gonna take over the world. What are you gonna do to stop me?" And she'll be like, "Well, I'm gonna F you so much that you can't do anything," or something like that. Like, I don't know, like, or I don't know, I don't know, like some weird superhero role play scenario. And I just feel like Evangeline Lilly, she has that kind of that crazy hair, and it's oh, actually no, wait a second, she had a different haircut in Ant-Man 3. I remember. What was that awful haircut? Because I just remembered that. Ew! Oh, gross. Ew. Okay, never mind. They they really ruined that character. Okay, never mind. I am hooking up with Greg's mom from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Here's the thing. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Cabin Fever, Snow Day, whatever the fuck it was called. Here's the thing. Even though that movie was strongly forgettable, the only thing that I remembered was Greg's mom was the best voice actress. Everyone else kind of sucked. And I also think about, in this scenario, technically, I could have sex with a cartoon character. And to me, that is like the ultimate like fantasy, because you think like, what would it feel like to do it with a cartoon character? Like, because you think about like, would it feel different? Would you? I don't know. Like, there's just something interesting about it. There's something that you can explore there, and I feel like you could do a lot more stuff too, because it's the cartoon world. So, you know, the sky's the limit. You know, you think about like, you could probably make yourself look better in the cartoon world. So like, I could like lose 50 pounds at like the drop of a hat by just programming a different character of myself, and then boom, could have the greatest hookup with Greg's mom, and then go bye-bye. And then I am going to marry Jenna's character from Finest Kind, because I think that this year, you know, last year, it seemed like I was watching every single project that Jenna was doing. And I was really annoyed by it, because I really get annoyed when like actors are like oversaturating the movies and TV shows, like of where they're casting everything. So I was really irritated with just seeing her over and over again, and I didn't even watch Wednesday until this year. But this year, it's been like kind of the opposite, where I've kind of started to like her, because I've seen her in interviews, and she's so much better in like her interviews where she's just herself than she is in these movies and shows, you know, like. And then actually in Wednesday, she's really, really good, but this is not the question here. But, you know, the character was so bare bones that like, you have to kind of add to that your own thoughts of like the actress, because the character, she was hardly a character. She was like a drug dealer, and she wanted to get clean and become like a better person and stuff. And she was also very supportive of the main character too. And yeah, like I feel like she's pretty perfect, you know, out of these three. Because yeah, that haircut, ugh. So next up we have the main character, the main woman from Dungeons and Dragons. You know, is it Gina Rodriguez or something? Whatever her name is, I don't know. You have Barbie from Barbie, and then you have the pretend doctor from Saw X. I would hook up with Barbie. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Fuck that shit. I would hook up with the fake doctor from Saw X. Because here's the thing. The fake doctor from Saw X doesn't hate men. So that's automatically a huge turn on over Barbie. The fake doctor, she's pretty hot. And, I could see a situation where, like, honestly, instead of, like, what Jigsaw did, I would probably, like, do the Marnie thing where I, like, blackmail the fake doctor into being my beach and to to just being, like, my personal slave and just, like, doing whatever I wanted all the time, because I feel like, she is a horrible person. She's hurt all these people by pretending to help cure them, and she deserves it. She deserves to get what she deserves, which, in Saw X was getting in a saw trap. But honestly, like, if it were me, I would rather, I'm a young person, so I'd rather not make her torture herself to death. I'd rather just give her the Marnie treatment. And which, no, I would never do that in real life, but I'm just saying, like, in this fantasy scenario, that's what I would do with her. And then, I could obviously give her to Jigsaw over time, and Jigsaw is in, like, whoever his successor is. Whomever. And then next up, I would marry the main woman from Dungeons and Dragons, because she is strong and badass, and she could protect me from anything and anyone. And she's also just, like, very hot, too, in terms of, like, nowadays we've had so many, like, strong female characters who aren't attractive at all, because the studios, they actually make these characters really unattractive on purpose, because they think that if a woman is attractive, then she's not a strong woman anymore. And, there's a lot of people, and they're like, oh, you just want a character so that you can jerk off to her. And it's like, no, that's not what it's about at all. It's about the fact that, like, men are men and women are women, and the female characters should be able to be as attractive as they want to be. And, this character here, I feel like she's extremely attractive, even though she's, like, this fighter girl. So I think that that's really cool. And lastly, I would kill Barbie because she hates men. She's a man-hating bitch. And also because she's kind of mid-tier, like Margot Robbie. Like, another thing, too, that really pisses me off is that, like, Barbie is American. She's supposed to be an American female icon. And Margot Robbie is an Australian woman. And it's just like when she played Sharon, and she did a terrible job with that. It's like, why is this Australian woman playing this American icon? It was bad enough with Sharon, where she was terrible at doing that role. But with this, it was even worse, because it's like Barbie was based off of Sharon. Especially this interpretation, this Malibu Barbie, the most iconic one of the whole lineup. That's supposed to be her as well. So Margot Robbie double disrespected Sharon. And so, F her, kill this Barbie now. I don't like her at all. There's nothing about her that's likable. She thinks that men and women should go their own ways, and that men and women shouldn't live together, and that all women should be in charge of everything, and men should be subservient to them. And she's terrible. She's awful. She doesn't believe in equality. She believes in female supremacy. So I would kill her in a heartbeat. Next up, we have Supergirl from The Flash. We have Cecilia from Saw X, and we have Florence Pugh's character from Oppenheimer. I would hook up with Supergirl because at the same time she is extremely attractive, but she's got kind of a weird like mood problem in the movie. Like I don't know, like she just doesn't seem like a person that you would want to be around for the rest of your life, you know? Like, even though she has like all the power in the universe, in that movie The Flash, like, which I never did a full-on rant over after I finally felt better and I realized how wrong I was about the movie, but her character was just so like unlikable. Like, she was so like moody and just like not positive at all, and you know, she's the opposite of what Supergirl should be. But she's got that skin tight suit. She's pretty curvy. She's pretty thickalicious. So there you go. I would marry Florence Pugh's character from Oppenheimer because as I told you guys when I reviewed that movie, I wanted to see more of her. I mean, I already got to see more of her physically, but I wanted to see more of her personally. I felt like, honestly, she would have been the one that I would have chosen over Emily Blunt's character because, and I know they were real people, because this character, you know, it seemed like she was really a softie, even though she was a communist. You know, you can get over that, and you can, you know, just, you know, be grateful that, like, communism isn't, like, in charge anywhere in America. So, like, you know, but you just be with her and be happy with her, right? Like, so, yeah, I'd have to overlook that, which is a big deal, so that will probably influence future rounds, but we're just talking about this round right now, right? And then I would kill Cecilia from Saw X, because even though she is probably one of the hottest women on this list, she was pure evil, and I would not even want to be anywhere near her because she's just too evil for me personally. Like, the fake doctor, she was really evil, but she had a little bit of wiggle room where she was kind of a person. But Cecilia was like pure evil sociopath. Next up, you have Mantis from Guardians 3. The crazy cult woman from VHS 1985. And the hostage woman from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So I would hook up with the crazy cult woman because she was crazy. She was also really hot. The way that she was just like, she was like ride or die for her cult. So that's pretty cool. You know, I don't know. It's just, when I watched that movie, I was like, she is definitely memorable. I mean, she's not like the hottest woman on the list, but her character is just too loyal to not remember. And then I would marry the hostage woman from Guardians of the Galaxy 3, because, like, when I watched that movie, I was like, who is that? Because, like, I was like, she is definitely a keeper right there. I mean, she helped out Star-Lord, and she was pink. She's a pink alien woman, so that's also kind of cool. But I was like, who is that? And because, like, she is extremely, like, she is so good looking that, like, she really should be one of the main characters too. And then I looked up and I saw, oh shit, that's Ratcatcher. That's the Ratcatcher woman from Suicide Squad. And I was like, oh, see, that makes sense, because, you know, she was hot in that movie too. So I would marry her, and then I would kill Mantis, because I just prefer the hostage woman over Mantis personally. Even though Mantis is kind of creepy too. I mean, you think about waking up next to her after you've just had a nightmare, and then she wakes up and she's like, "What's wrong, honey?" And you see her like huge creepy insect eyes, and you're just like, "Oh shit!" You think about like how scary it would be to wake up next to Mantis, or like Mantis is just, she's creepy. Mantis Guardians. She's got mind control powers too. So you think about if she doesn't like that I'm making like a film that she doesn't like, she would probably mind control me to like force me to make a crappy movie. And I think like, no thank you. I mean, mind control is like the number one superpower that I would want to have. And so to think about, like, if I had a partner who had that power, I'd be a little scared of her, honestly. I'd be too scared of that. Next up, we got Captain Marvel from the Marvels. We got, oh my god, why did I make this decision? The main girl from Free to a Bad Home, and Princess Peach from Mario. Super Mario Brothers, or was that what that movie was called? That mid-tier mediocre movie that just felt like an assembly line product. And it's funny because everyone acted like that was the greatest movie ever when it came out, which it was a good movie. But now at the end of the year, nobody is putting it in their best of the year list. Like, like, it was so good, but then, like, at the end of the year, you're like, oh, yeah, it's actually mid-tier. I just think that's kind of funny, because, like, when it came out, everyone was like, oh, my God, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. And then now it's like, oh, what? Super Mario what? Actually, Barbie was a lot better than that. And, all these other movies that were obviously a lot better, like, F off with that crap. So I've got a bit of a conundrum here because Captain Feminazi Marvel, she's extremely attractive, and the actress was very nice to meet in real life, honestly. And she smelled really good too. Like, because by the time that I met her, the actress Brie Larson, she had been standing around all day. And the fact that she still smelled like she just put on perfume, it's either because she buys perfume that is like $1 million, and so it is just able to be like that good smelling for that amount of time, or it's just there's something about her that's like, I don't know, like supernatural, like in a way where like no matter where she is, she will always smell good. Like, even in, like, Kong Skull Island and all these other movies where she's been in, where she's all dirty and she's in the jungle, it's like, you guys know for a fact, based on my experience, that if you were on set with her, she would smell like a goddess. But then on the other hand, I have Princess Peach from Mario, and I think about, you would have to be an idiot to not want to be with her, considering that she's a princess, she's in charge of the Toad Kingdom, whatever. She can give you a lot of good benefits, but the thing is that I'm going to hook up with Captain Feminazi, because even though in her movie she seems like she hates men, and she seems like she had that whole thing where she was married to that guy, but then she treated him like trash because she's like, basically they make her act like she's lesbian or something. Like, it's really weird because she just shows no interest in men at all, because, Disney thinks that would make a woman not a good female character. So, but even though she's like that, I would still hook up with her. probably just like after we're done, just like snuggle with her and just like smell her hair until like I pass out, and then wake up and like keep the pillow that we use, the pillowcase, and never clean it at all, so that I could just continue to smell that scent. Like with Monk, where his wife died and then he has that pillow and takes it everywhere he goes because he can smell Trudy on it. Like, that's what I would do with Captain Feminazi. I would keep the Captain Feminazi pillow forever. And then I would marry the main woman from Free to a Bad Home, because number one, she's extremely sexy. She's probably one of the top sexiest people on this list, her character. Number two, she's crazy. Like, there's a part in the movie where she gets puked all over, and she seemed like she was turned on by that. And just to think, like, someone who's that free-spirited and, like, just, hell yeah, I'll get puked on in a coffin. Like, that is cool. And also, she's got powers. As I said in the review, she can point her finger to people and then erase them from history. She can basically do anything. Like, in the movie, it made it seem like she has infinite power unless, you get rid of her, because she was possessed by a demon. So, I did have to take that into consideration, too. But I'm going to kill Peach, because Peach is always in danger of being kidnapped. And I really don't want to spend the rest of my life, like, chasing after her and having to rescue Peach or something like that. I don't want to have to be in danger of Bowser, who's scary as hell because he's so powerful, and I don't have any powers. I'm not Mario. I'm Marco, even though my art teacher in middle school, she did call me Mario all the time. And she would then be like, actually, Marco. She'd have to correct herself. But, like, she always called me Mario, and, people would laugh. But I'm not Mario. I am not. I prefer Luigi. In fact, I actually have a Luigi sticker on my computer. I just prefer the green color, I think. Even though red is my favorite color, which is funny, I just prefer the green Luigi character. I don't know, there's something about... I prefer Luigi a little bit. So next up we have the Australian X from Anyone But You, Molly's first sister from Killers of the Flower Moon, which what I did there was I only picked one of her sisters, and I just picked her first sister, the one that she's already been poisoned and she's in the middle of being poisoned to death, and I picked her because I had to just pick one. And then also Sydney Sweeney's character from Anyone But You. I would hook up with Sydney Sweeney's character because I don't know. I really don't know. And then I would marry the Australian X because she's Australian, so that automatically makes her supreme to other girls on this list. And yes, I am saying that Australian women are supreme to other types of women sometimes. And then I would kill Molly's first sister because she was already dying, and so there was probably nothing that I could do other than like take her to the hospital, because like I don't know, like she was already married too, so I'd have to steal her away and take her to the hospital and risk getting killed by one of the many like evil people from this movie. And so I would not want to take the chance. I would be too scared. And then the final matchup for round one is Gabriella from Saw X, poor Gabriella, Gamora from Guardians 3, and the Mother Wasp from Ant-Man 3. Now for this one, I am going to change my my choices because there's no way in hell I am marrying the Mother Wasp. I was going to because I was thinking about it is Michelle Pfeiffer, but the character, we will get to why I kill her. I think you guys know why. So I would hook up with Gabriella because she was kind of like an innocent poor little victim in this whole game. She really didn't deserve to be in a trap at all. But at the same time, we really didn't get to know her character, so I would just hook up with her and, hopefully save her from being in Jigsaw's trap. And then I would marry Gamora from Guardians 3. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Here's why it's such a good idea. Because this Gamora, she doesn't want to be with Star-Lord. She's got a clean slate. She doesn't even have Star-Lord is a part of her body count. Because, this is Gamora from before she met Star-Lord. So that means that, you get double benefits here. She's got one less person on her body count. That's always a benefit to a woman. She is a clean slate because she doesn't know Star-Lord. She doesn't want to know him. And she's very cool. She's very fun to be around. I would certainly enjoy going on space adventures with her. And she's all green, too. I mean, that's another cool thing. As you think about, you could have green children. And that would be awesome. That would definitely be something to, be, proud. Like, I had a green child with Gamora, and I called him Shrek. That's definitely what I would do. And then lastly, I would kill Michelle Pfeiffer's Wasp. Why? There's one line in Ant-Man 3 that explains why. So Michael Douglas is questioning why, or questioning his wife of you cheated on me because you were in the quantum realm for all these years. You cheated on me with Bill Murray and also the bad guy of this movie. And then what does Michelle Pfeiffer's character say that is probably one of the worst lines in cinema history? Sorry, I had needs. That is just next level cringe. And to think too, a man wrote that line too. And to think about a woman who actually loves her husband, which in this case, Michelle Pfeiffer was supposedly, really, she loves her husband, Michael Douglas. But she cheated on him for years and years and years with just whoever would come around her in the quantum realm because she had needs. That is just the most fucking retarded shit I've ever heard. So I would kill her without hesitation. Round 2. We got Sam from Scream 6, Cora from Rebel Moon, and Jenna's character from Finest Kind. This one is really hard. This is hard. This is so hard. Can I choose? I have a harem, and it's these three, and then we end this video. No, that would... actually, I could actually do that because it's my channel and I can do whatever the fuck I want. Should I do that? No, I don't want to do that because I feel kind of... I wouldn't want to do that for real. What would I want to do? I don't know if Korra stands with Palestine, so that's kind of a deal breaker. So I would hook up with Korra because, you guys saw my review. I literally just watched the movie to stare at her. And then I would marry Sam from Scream 6 because she stands with Palestine and because she dresses up like Ghostface. That's really hot. And also because she's badass. And then I would kill Jenna's character from Finest Kind. Sadly. Very, very sadly. If it was Wednesday Addams on this list, then it would be a different story, but I'm going to kill this weak character from Finest Kind, sadly. Next up, and now I'm going to change my choices again. Spoiler alert. Next up is the main woman from Dungeons & Dragons, Florence Pugh's character from Oppenheimer, and the hostage woman from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I'm going to hook up with Florence Pugh's character from Oppenheimer because she's a communist. And then I'm going to marry the hostage woman from Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because there's just something special about her. Like when you do your Christmas tree, which I didn't even do this year. It wouldn't have been fun to do anyway because I've been sick. So, but, you just think about when you do your Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree looks pretty good, but then you put the star on top of the Christmas tree, and that's really what completes the whole thing. The hostage woman from Guardians of the Galaxy 3, she's like the star that you put on top of your Christmas tree. So that's why I would marry her. And then I would kill the main woman from Dungeons & Dragons. Just because the other two are slightly better. The other two characters here. Lastly, for round 2, you got the... Wait a second, didn't I change my choices? No, I didn't for that one. I am going to change my choice again, though, for this one. We have the main woman from Free to a Bad Home, the Australian ex from Anyone But You, and Gamora from Guardians 3. Wow, that changes everything, actually. Oh, shit. I would kill... No, I would hook up with... No, I would... Oh, this is hard. This is real hard. I would hook up with... this is hard. What do I do? Can I phone a friend? What would you guys do? Or no, what would you choose for me? That would be a good question. Like, what would you choose for me? Because this one is like, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, you got an Australian, you got a green woman, and you got a woman with powers, infinite power. Just because she's possessed, I guess I'd overlook that, and shit. What do I do? I'm making this video longer too, so people are like, hurry up, Marco. In the fucking video soon. I'm sorry, this is just so hard. I can't decide. Shit. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna change my mind. I am going to hook up with Gamora from Guardians 3 because she's green, and, just because I'm only hooking up with her, that doesn't mean I could also not have a green baby with her, so I'm going to have a green baby with her maybe because, I'm hooking up with Gamora. You better believe I'm not using protection, that's for sure. And then, and I don't think that she would get rid of it either because, I don't know, actually. I don't know. I mean, she's a strong warrior woman. I don't know. I would hook up with her regardless of if she would, would I get her pregnant? I don't know. But I would try. I would try with all my being to get her pregnant so that then I could nail her down and never lose her. Because, I mean, Gamora, that's just someone you wouldn't want to lose. But then I would marry the Australian ex from Anyone But You because she's Australian. And then I would kill, unfortunately, I would kill the main woman from Free to a Bad Home. Very sad. Even though she is like one of the top 3 on this list, I would kill her because she is possessed by a demon. And if you are with her too, bad things are going to happen to you because, the whole thing with that character was that, if you haven't seen that movie, is that she was this regular woman and she got this engagement ring that gave her terrible luck and also possessed her. So you wouldn't want to be around that. So now we have a completely different top 3 for round 3. Got Sam from Scream 6. You got the hostage woman from Guardians 3. And you have the Australian from Anyone But You. Wow. Actually, no, not wow. It's pretty easy because, I mean, no, it's not. Okay, I would... how do you choose between an Australian and a pink woman? Well, either way, I'm not going to marry either of them, but I do want to hook up with one of them. But which one? I am going to hook up with the pink woman from Guardians 3. I don't even know her name. It was like Ula or something, wasn't it? I'm going to look up really quickly. Guardians 3, Ula. I'm pretty sure it's Ula. Ula. Or Ula or What was it? What was that character? I don't have it. I have to go on IMDb like an idiot. IMDb. Guardians 3. It's still got a 7.9 out of 10? That's not accurate at all. Where is she? I gotta go to the full cast too, just because I want to get her name right since she is in the top 3. Even though her character was like really small and hardly in the movie. Oh yeah, and I forgot about Aisha too. I wouldn't want to get with her though. Definitely not. God, I'm scrolling and scrolling. I'm scrolling. This is taking forever. Why is she so far down the list? She was in the movie for quite a long time. This is horrible. I can't find her. What is this? I'm panicking here. Because I need to get a name. She was in the movie. I know she was. I'm not having the Mandela effect here. How does the Suicide Squad have a lower score than Guardians 3? That's messed up. Where is Ratcatcher? Why is Ratcatcher not on the top cast in Suicide Squad? That's fucking retarded. There she is. Daniela. Oh, her popularity went down. That's unfortunate. Oh, Ura, see? I was close by one letter. I was off. It's Ura. So I would hook up with Ura because she's pink, she's hot, and that's that. And then I would marry Sam from Scream 6. So Samantha from Scream 6 wins this tournament. Very, very close all the way around. There were lots of great choices. because she gets in the Ghostface costume. That seals the deal for me. Honestly, if she hadn't have gotten into the Ghostface costume, she might not have even made it past the first round. And that's just me being honest. And then, even though she is probably like the most attractive or the second most attractive on the list, just in terms of her movie character, she also stands with Palestine too, which is all that also seals the deal. So that means that, unfortunately, I would have to kill the Australian from Anyone But You, which that's kind of sad. Like I'm kind of really sad that I'm capping off the year by killing an Australian woman in a fake tournament that doesn't mean anything except for maybe the couple people that watch it. So anyway, Samantha wins. The world has changed, and it's now almost 2024. Hopefully 2024 will have a lot more going on than just being sick every single month of the year. So please like this video and comment and tell me what you would choose, who you would choose, and what you think of my choices. And then please subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos like this. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon.